This is Anthony Gadson, and I am the senior pastor of the St. Peter Baptist Church, 7110 Bay Street, Elko, South Carolina. And this is Pastor Gadson's Nightcap for January the 18th, 2016. I know it's a little late tonight, but hey, guys, that's why we call it a nightcap. There are many starting us off in the morning. I'm here to try and help you shut it down at night. So, anyway, there's a video or a series of videos floating around of St. Paul Church, Jacksonville, Incorporated, where the pastor is Bishop John Guns. Some of my members had posted the video and some others commented on it. And what's happening is St. Paul is having what they call Fitness Sunday. If I'm not mistaken, during praise and worship, they are engaging in various exercise movements and, in essence, getting fit both spiritually and physically simultaneously. Listen, not dancing, not to secular music, because I know some of you would really have heartache with that, but they're doing exercise movements to live praise and worship songs. I perused some of the comments, and I, to be honest with you, was just amazed how critical some people are. Now, let me firstly say that this may not work for everyone, but it is apparently working for them. All right, my members know how I feel about exercise because I initiated a Sunday evening walk for St. Peter many months ago. Now, since the change of weather, we have been a bit slack, but we have not abandoned the idea. My view is this: if it does not dishonor God, and if the people are better off as a result of it, then what's the problem? Why not do it? I think we, as church folk, are sometime wound way too tight and caught up on a lot of things that really just don't matter. Listen, we have to minister to the whole person. This is progressive ministry. We have to minister to the whole person. We can't continue to shout, but shout in ignorance. You understand what I'm saying? Because look, things look a whole lot different once the shout is all over. We go to church, we shout, we have a good time, but look, things look different when the shout is over, when you come down from the mountaintop experience. We have to deal with relationship issues, we have to deal with financial issues, we have to deal with health issues, we have to deal with social injustices, because we can't shout these things away. Of course, we know it is of utmost importance to minister to the spirit, but we cannot continue to neglect the body. I had special prayer on Sunday after our regular altar call for those requesting healing and restoration, and it is unreal how many stood and waited for long periods of time that we might touch and agree that they would be healed. Many suffering as a result of diabetes, suffering from ailments of the joints, problems with their legs and their feet. The body of Christ is hurting. Now, we prayed, but the prayer was or would be considered a corrective action. The problem is already there. They're already having the problems, and we're praying that the problem is fixed. But not only is there corrective action, there is what is known as preventive actions. Some of these things we could prevent ourselves. Some of these things we could alleviate. We have to do better. Good diet, good exercise could prevent some of these things and alleviate some of these things. And if we do better now, some of our children won't have to suffer from the same debilitating issues that we suffer from. I can say this because I was the worst of the worst. I ate anything I wanted. I ate it any time I wanted, and I ate as much as I wanted. I introduced too much salt into my system. I introduced too much sugar into my body. And in short, I wasn't taking care of the temple that God had entrusted me with. But when we learn better, it is up to us to do better. This post is really not about me, but since I was talking about that, I now exercise more than ever. I'm more mindful about what I eat, what I take into my body. I rarely add raw salt. I have greatly reduced my sugar intake, and contrary to popular belief, I do try to get more rest. I still have trouble turning down engagements, but I try to get more rest. I'm not saying it's easy, but I'm saying it's worth it. Look, this is the only body you have. Let me make it personal. I use this body to carry the gospel, and how awful it would be. I dare not, in the midst of delivering his word, have to stop and shortchange his people because I'm out of shape, because I'm out of air, because I'm out of wind, and I cannot deliver his word the way he would have me to deliver his word. In short, what I'm saying is, when we get back to the video, is if it's working for them, step back and let it work. I'm not saying the exact concept or the exact model will work for your church. I'm not saying the exact concept or the exact model will work for St. Peter. But as far as St. Peter is concerned, if it's too cold for us to walk outside, we need to initiate something on the inside. I don't know where you worship, but your church may decide to do the same thing, but instead of in the sanctuary, do it in the fellowship hall. Your church may decide to do the same thing, but instead of doing it during the worship experience, you may decide to do it at a separate time. All I'm saying is, if your problem is that it's in the sanctuary, if you're putting more emphasis on the place than you are on the people of God, if you're putting more emphasis on the building than you are on the body of Christ, you better get your mind right, because look, that's nothing but bricks and mortar. Hey guys, you're welcome to engage in amongst yourselves in dialogue concerning this issue, because I know everyone will not agree with my commentary, but that's okay. I'm simply giving my view, and I can give Pastor Gadson's view because this is Pastor Gadson's Nightcap. Please feel free to share this and any of our other nightcaps. Who knows? It may be a blessing to someone. Good night, and we'll see you soon at the St. P.